could have used the Uzumaki Locket to get rid of Momoshiki. This theory single-handedly clears the biggest mystery of Two Blue Vortex. What happened to the otsutsuki who carried the whole story before timeskip? After discussing most of the possibilities in my last video, something popped in my mind that I can't unsee now. If you take a look at Boruto's design from the flashbacks, he isn't wearing the accessories from his present outfit. This means all these iconic items were given to him by Kashin Koji. This includes the Uzumaki emblem that he wears on the chest. If it was a necklace, he should have tied it around his neck, but why does he keep it on the Kama chest mark? Apparently this Uzumaki emblem is a special type of sealing amulet which suppresses the soul of Momoshiki. The Uzumakis were known to highly excel at sealing techniques, which means an advancement of their powers could even get rid of otsutsukis. I already discussed the connection between Momoshiki's mischievous statement and the Uzumaki clan in a previous video. All in all, it's very much possible that some otsutsuki god condensed their life force till they disappeared. They must be afraid of their capacity of sealing celestial creatures, and it could even be that they have sealed such beings in the past as well. The missing otsutsuki tablets could be a living proof of this. It could be that they messed with the Uzumakis and got sealed forever. This is why the otsutsuki god was forced to deplete the clan and change the perception of people about them. This only proves how formidable the Fuinjutsu of this clan was. So could it be that a massive sealing technique was reduced to an amulet which is now being used by Boruto to keep Momoshiki at bay? Well, since it was Koji who gave it to him, there is a high possibility for something like that to happen. Koji knew he wouldn't be safe with Boruto if Momoshiki is not dealt with. This could be why he created an amulet with secret Uzumaki knowledge, and Boruto was the only one who could perfectly handle it. Even in the real world, the evil eye talismans and good luck lockets are very common. When someone gets possessed by evil spirits, they are often given something to wear to get rid of the wicked entities. Boruto's case seems a lot similar. Momoshiki was no less than an evil spirit who continued to haunt him till he lost his identity. His presence inside the conscience of Boruto was a major threat to the people around him. It was literally the main reason for Kawaki's harsh feelings towards him, and by looking at how Boruto got this talisman type of object after meeting Kashin Koji, it's not out of question for this locket to be a sealing item for the otsutsuki. So if it's actually a seal that keeps the inner demon at bay, does it mean if someone snatches this locket from Boruto, it will reactivate the essence of Momoshiki? Well, to find the answer to this question, we will need to understand how amulets help in swooshing off evil entities. I think Boruto is deliberately wearing this locket on the Kama chest mark. This amulet must have complex combination of miniature patterns, symbols and written words or phrases which takes the power away from the inner demon. The same symbols that are used in the Fuinjutsu of the Uzumaki sealing techniques. The fact that it was given to Boruto by Koji makes it an even more plausible possibility. He worked under Amado for years, which means he must be having knowledge on the otsutsuki lore as well as how they can be dealt with. Remember how Amado said the only way to kill an otsutsuki is to make it impossible for him to give someone a karma or just kill every vessel who possesses their karma. I'm sure he must be aware of the sealing procedure as well, the same process which was used to get rid of Kaguya. Now since it's an otsutsuki who has fused his mind with another individual, it again vitalizes the possibility of suppressing the inner demon with magical talismans. Another point to be noted here is that since the Uzumaki clan was extinct, many discoveries and inventions that they made must have been destroyed or tampered with. So what if Amado was able to get his hands on the lost knowledge of the Uzumakis that he passed down to Kashin Koji? Not to mention he had given Boruto the pills to suppress Momoshiki in the past. So it's very likely that he had a better alternative to those pills. But just because it would have made him reveal more of his scars, he decided to go with the pills. In a nutshell, there's a good amount of chance for this locket to be the reason of Momoshiki's disappearance. Its importance to the storyline is way greater than polishing the aesthetics of Boruto. Apart from the Uzumaki seals, there are actually more ways of sealing Momoshiki available to Boruto. The first theory comes from Jordan Deporti, who says that if Boruto gives someone his karma, it should transplant the consciousness of Momoshiki onto that vessel. Then he could just kill that vessel to get rid of Momoshiki forever. Well, even though it's a bit brutal, I think it's a very cool way of getting rid of the otsutsuki, especially when we have the claw grinds who could act as the medium of Momoshiki's execution. Theoretically speaking, there is nothing stopping Boruto from implanting his karma on a grime. So if this process somehow works, Chances are Boruto used his karma on a claw grime, which transferred Momoshiki's consciousness as well, and he then killed him to get rid of the otsutsuki. Sounds brutal, but that's the whole intention of this sequel. It's no longer a kids show, so we should expect some bloody moments and brutality, similar to how the Shinjus massacred the Konoha shinobis in chapter 8. I will create a full video on this theory if I obtain more clues which indicate the same, so make sure to subscribe to not miss the third part of the Momoshiki series. Coming back to my Uzumaki theory, I believe the clan must have different tools to suppress the otsutsukis, which is why the possibility of this locket to seal Momoshiki is too high. The name of the show is Two Blue Vortex for a reason. It's about two siblings from a sacred lineage who will be the reason to destroy the Otsutsuki clan, Boruto possessing the powers of Otsutsukis and Himawari retaining the Ten Tails chakra only hints at their phenomenal conflict with the celestial beings. Their Uzumaki fate has pre-written their path of dealing with these entities, so it's very likely for Boruto to seal Momoshiki with a special Uzumaki amulet. Even Boruto's toad was holding a Konoha emblem, which solidifies the sealing possibility in a big way. But before I explain that, please hit the subscribe button for more amazing Boruto content. I think the reason this toad was holding a round-shaped emblem has something to do with the Ten Tails. Boruto wanted to reach the Ten Tails as soon as possible, and the toad was even more concerned about this. It seems like they knew the Shinjus were about to awaken, but they still tried to change the odds in their favor. Now this emblem that the toad was holding was meant to seal the Ten Tails before it was too late. The spiral design of this pin enhances this possibility, as this design provides a mechanism for creating a secure closure or seal, minimizing the risk of leakage or tampering. Some real-life examples include bottle caps, screw caps, and threaded closures. This again proves that Momoshiki has been sealed with the help of the Uzumaki Locket. Now coming back to the question, will Boruto become vulnerable to Momoshiki if he removes the locket? Well, I think it depends on the plot progression. Momoshiki was a fan favorite, a really interesting character who made us curious about the plot from the beginning. Sealing him forever would take away the only source of Otsutsuki knowledge, and I don't think that's how the plot is being built. He will definitely return someday when this locket is taken away from Boruto, unless the writer forgets about his existence. Another thing is that Boruto is not using any of Momoshiki's abilities, which could be a consequence of sealing away the demon. It's actually a remarkable feat, since he no longer relies on the karmic powers. Even though we could still see him use them in the prologue, maybe that was a last resort kind of thing, which slightly raises the chances for Momoshiki's return. Kawaki had given the solution for getting rid of Momoshiki by giving Code the karma. It will be interesting to see if this still works, since the minds of both the vessel and host are now fused. Talking about Kawaki, he wants to seal Boruto instead of killing him in the future. But there is a really interesting aspect to this sequence that I don't think anyone has mentioned before. What if Kawaki never saw Boruto using the karma before this fight, so he assumed Momoshiki to be dead? I think he deliberately flexed the karma in front of Boruto in order to make him activate his karma. You can see the karma getting this blue highlight shortly after Boruto activates it. The reason behind this could be the resonance. When Boruto met Kawaki for the first time, their karmas resonated, confirming the existence of host Otsutsukis. So what if Kawaki deliberately flexed the karma to see if Boruto's seal would resonate? And by the looks of it, it actually did. This could be a small hint indicating the existence of Momoshiki in the flash forward. Another thing could be that the monster is preventing Boruto from using any of his powers. Even Kawaki did not use the powers of Ishiki unless he was dead. Maybe the host has some control over the treasury of movesets that he can allow or prohibit his vessel from using. So Boruto not using Momoshiki's powers equally indicate his presence as well as the absence. The final possibility of Momoshiki's fate that I can think of right now is the deal. Boruto and Momoshiki could have agreed upon some terms which might have made the prodigy safe from the curse of the monster. It could be anything from a potential way to free his trapped soul or a golden resolve of living together, just like Naruto and Kurama. In future I will discuss this theory in depth. Till then, check out these videos for more Boruto content. The right video is all about Momoshiki getting sealed, and the left one has some amazing lore to explore. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.